Hi guys, Devang here from the Financial Analyst, and I welcome you to the post-market analysis video. So before we start, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel if you're new. And if you feel like, comment uh, how was your day, and if you're part of the family, TFA family hashtag. That would mean a lot to me. So scary day today, right? And this is what happens when one of the big banks has to post a result over the weekend. And we also have another big bank posting result, ICICI, on Saturday. So we'll see what happens next Monday. But this is what I said to you earlier on Telegram. We talked about all of these things, and I want to show you what we discussed on April 17th or 16th when the markets were closing. And we made it quite clear. I want to show these things for you so that you can make some help of it. So I said on April 16th, it is Friday, I said that very poor closing, do not carry calls. We are closing much below our ATP on Nifty and Bank Nifty. So we did alert you all to not take any calls over the weekend. And then we did a video for you over the weekend, and we told you very clearly about what are the issues going on in the economy. I made a video called Is Devang Mehra a Bull or a Bear? Explained a lot of things, how our markets are looking weak. You also must be remembering I gave you a trade idea, which was buy 15,000 puts of May end expiry. And at that point of time, markets were going up, and everyone was like, "This guy's gone bonkers." But today, my returns have gone bonkers, and I've made some good money. So that 15,000 put has gone up 300-400 points today itself. So whoever has taken that is in good profit. This is what happens when you know what you're doing. So patience is always what you need to go for. And today morning, the first thing is try to understand that whenever markets give a very big gap down, you cannot trade aggressively, and you have to really limit your positions just for the future. Remember these points. A lot of people, what they do is when the markets gap down 300 points, everyone tried to go short at that point of time. That's not something how markets work. Before I get into all our Telegram messages, so that I can why I read those messages, so that you can understand what I said and how to interpret those messages going forward. We can have a correlation. So in Nifty, we used the same analysis on Nifty on Friday, and I told you all in the video on the post market on Friday. I said that Nifty ATP, average traded price, is around 14,650. The high made was 14,700. But why did Nifty close at 14,600? Which this showed out that that even though ATP was higher, even though the Friday the closing was the high was higher, why did we close 100 points below that? That told us that a big movement on the downside is preparing itself. So today itself, that's something of that sort I want to explain in the future. So for tomorrow, what I'm trying to say is that today's ATP, I'm going to read out the data to you. I've already got it. Today's ATP, the average traded price on Nifty is 14,315, somewhere over here. This was the average traded price. Now think like this. Markets made a low of 14,200. The average price traded was 14,315. But why did it close at 360? This shows bullishness. Do I mean a reversal is happening? I don't know. I gave you some recommendations for long term. We'll talk about that. I'm not saying a long term reversal is happening. I'm telling for intraday basis. This is a very strong closing that we've got on the markets. That's why I said in Telegram also that do not carry any shorts right now. Yes, markets overall are weak. I proved it this time that when we were at 14,700, we again fell down. So we can't become really aggressive players until this level is broken. And I also made it quite clear in a couple of previous videos, unless until the range breaks, you're going to be stuck for a long time, and you're going to be get stopped out for a long time. Volatility is massive. So today the India VIX has gone up 10%, around 22. So the volatility is massive, and you are getting things expensive. So the very fact of matter that we have closed 160 points higher than our low, and about 50 points higher than our closing the ATP, and we have closed just near our high of 380. This tells us that tomorrow could be a good day for the bulls. So even if I get a dip tomorrow, I would like to buy that dip. So I would like to read the data today. What's the cash data and the future data? So accordingly, we can cement what to do tomorrow. So I'll try to put up a video tonight if I get some time. But the screen reading tells me that the closing is strong, and that's why we said do not carry any shorts. Number one. The same is the case with Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty was the outperformer today, and luckily we told you to buy all these companies. I'll just show you my Telegram. Hopefully you read these messages. I said that I sent a very, very interesting message. Himalaya and I both were not so active on the intraday front in the lunch zone, and try to understand this. Let me just show you that message that we put out today. Okay. So I said that, yeah. So my understanding is that when large caps fall 15-20%, we should start to add them in our portfolios for long term. Why? And I don't mean that if I want to spend 1 lakh into a company like HDFC Bank, I put everything right now. That's never how you do it. See, understand there are different sides of the market. There is intraday, yeah, there is options, fine, but there's also a long-term portfolio, and that is something which is the utmost important thing, which is going to help you make wealth over the course of time. So when you're investing into long term, our goal is not to trade a breakout. Our goal is to find aggressive dips in a bull market and get into stock. So for example, if I want to put 1 lakh into HDFC Bank and the stock has already gone down 20%, that's a very good place for me to buy. It's a very good dip. I'm not interested in mid and small cap right now because I'm getting extreme discounts on the large caps. And large cap investing is something which will provide stability to my portfolio. Eventually, large caps are going to give me the return that Nifty gives me plus minus 5%. And I have mid and small cap companies to give me the alpha. So a good hedging has to be done in that way. Good allocation has to be done in that way. Currently, my portfolio did not have a lot of exposure to the banks. I did get out of banks a couple of weeks ago. So I wanted to get into banks again, and I wanted to get into Bajaj Finance again. And I feel that a 25% fall in Bajaj Finance is a very good place to buy. So let's say if 10% further falls come into Bajaj Finance or in any of the banks, that's another place we should allocate some of our investment. So just to reiterate, if I let's say I want to put 1 lakh into HDFC Bank, I put 30K right now, and then when I get a further fall, I put 20 more K, etc. That's how I pace out my investments. So we told you to go long on these companies. This was my recommendation. What I did today, and PVR was flat. This is going to take some time, but whoever knows the model of PVR, it's a great company. It is going to be under some pressure for the time being, but I am bullish on PVR for the long run. So I feel 1,000 is a great price to accumulate PVR at. So I bought HDFC Bank today. I bought Axis Bank, State Bank, and Bajaj Finance at 1258 today. And I hope a lot of you made these investments. So I'm going to show you what they did today. So at 1258, I made these purchases. So at this point of time, you can see at 1258, Axis was at 635 and it made a high of 650. That's a good profit I booked on Axis. Not booked, it's still in my account. I have also taken a call option of Axis, so I booked some intraday money in that. So HDFC Bank was somewhere around this price, 1392 when I bought it, and it made a high of 1420. So anyone who did intraday also in them, or anyone who did swing trading in them, did get a good 2-3% move on that same day. SBI was another multi-baggers entry we did somewhere around 1258. So somewhere around 326, it gave you a high of 332. So I hope you were satisfied with that. Even Himalaya made some purchases, GMM Fodler, Jubilant Foodworks, and another company, I think Avenue Supermarts. So we are using these dips that we're getting in the market to become a long-term investors, to basically add to our portfolios. And I think that's required because we never know, is the market going to crash? That's not something we know, but these companies are there to stay. So talking about Bank Nifty now, let's not waste too much time. Talking about Bank Nifty now, the Bank Nifty has done extremely well. It made a low of 30,350 and its average traded price sitting at 30,811. However, the closing is at exactly the highest of 30,000, 31,200. This is about 1,000 points roughly higher than the low and about 400 points roughly higher than the ATP. That's an extremely strong closing, which tells me that Bank Nifty is ready for a move on the upside tomorrow as well. And Bank Nifty could outperform because it's got a very, very good closing according to the screen reading that I'm just telling you. If you look at the daily charts also of these companies, you can see what has happened is it's given you a good hammer at the lows. At a support, it's given you a great hammer. Same is the case with Nifty. So in Nifty also, you can see we got a very, very good hammer at a support. So this is likely to be a hurdle for the buyer, for the sellers. So my understanding is that when the markets have taken a dip, because global markets are extremely small, that is preventing Indian markets to stay at the bottom. Something I want you to understand is last Monday, what happened was when Nifty Bank plunged, I think this is last Monday, if I'm not wrong. So when Nifty Bank plunged, you can see it did recover. It was there. But today, all those losses have been recovered. That tells us that things are getting better. Yes, the pressure is there. It's going to be there unless until we get a closing below this range or above that range. Unless until we get a closing outside this range, the volatility is going to persist. That is something you have to understand. But today's price action is something extraordinary. Another thing which is, complementing the bulls is that the RSI could not close below 40. That's another positive thing that I see on the chart, because below 40, then RSI tries to go towards 30. So that's not happened. That's another good thing. So aggressive selling now can come only below 14,200. So either if you are a short person who wants to go short, either you go below 14,200, then only short, or you will wait for a good pullback in the market and then we'll decide. So I'm not saying I'm becoming bullish for the next 1.5 months. I'm expecting some kind of a pullback, which will go on tomorrow. So Wednesday is a holiday. Maybe the move happens on Wednesday also, but maybe from Thursday, again, the selling pressure will start. So I will get into that once we come closer to that day. But right now, tomorrow, my stance will be a buy on dip. And I would like to buy some companies. I'll analyze some charts and I'll send you on Telegram the companies that I'm interested in. And if I look at Telegram, today I clocked in around 7.7 lakh profit. And this was the time when people laugh. But always remember, guys, you're on your own. In this markets, you're on your own. People are going to hate. Let them hate, because people are never happy when others prosper. So I knew I was bearish, and I made some money when I die being bearish. My majority of the profits have come from the 14,700 put I was holding on Friday. So I have clocked in about 7.7 lakh, and a good end to my day. Mondays are always lucky for me, and I would like to maintain that. So I'm going to hold on to my long-term investments. I'm not going to panic on them. So I hope you also don't panic. Another trade that I gave you was that you could go long on Nifty. I'm going to show you that message. I said that Nifty can witness a good buying and a good recovery of 14,325. The same setup happened on in last week also. So if you look at the chart of 14 of Nifty, it was a very simple price action trade. This was the high of Nifty. I'm going to show you what happened. Nifty in the morning was moving in this range. So unless until this range, what was this range? It was the first 15-minute candle. The first 15-minute candle always tells you what the markets are going to do. So as long as this range was maintained, we could not be an aggressive player. That's why I said go long in Nifty above 14,325. And as soon as the range broke, it went out, retested, again went up. So we got a good momentum. Same was the case in Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty was moving in the range, and as soon as this range break of 31,800, we aggressively went long in the market. So we had a good day. On Discord, I told you all that the first 1 hour is going to witness some sellings. I could not post that message on Telegram. I'll be sharing that message with you later. But on Discord, I gave you a time-wise collaboration of what you should do. I said that markets will witness selling pressure till 10:30, but after 10:30, you can have some good recovery. And that is exactly what we had after 10:30. So I hope all the Discord members were also helpful. So this is what I think as of today. And I hope you had a good day. Let me know in the comments how your day was, and I will give you advice going forward. I'll put a video in the night. But one very important thing is, anyone who's short in the market, you will make money only now when this trend line breaks. As soon as this trend line breaks, then only you'll make money in the market, or then only you'll become aggressive. You'll get a good profit on the sell side. So if you get a good flattish opening, I'm of the view markets will try to continue higher. However, if the market opens gap down because of some reason and then crosses this trend line, which is somewhere around 31,000 levels, we could then see some selling also in the market. I think same is the case for Nifty also. Nifty is also currently, you can see on the RSI also, it's given you a good trend line. It's a good trend line. So as soon as this trend line breaks, you can expect some selling, a good sharp selling also. But as long as this trend line is maintained, we will get a good buy on dip scenario. So that's it for now. I hope our Discord or Telegram messages were helpful to you. And let me know in the comments if you made some money out of them today. That's all for now, guys. Thank you so much.